What's up, guys? How we doing? Welcome to another Twisted Metal review. We're going to be reviewing episodes 8 and 9, and next week we get the finale. I have been doing a shit ton of, geeking out the last couple weeks. Been playing all the video games, watching a lot of videos on, like, the lore, the characters in each games, and just been nerding out pretty hard. Fun fact, the actor that plays Calypso is also the actor that plays Metamorpho in the new Superman movie, and I never would have guessed that. Also, I got Goggle Eyes wrong. The bug lady is Vermin. And you should look up what she looks like without all that makeup on, because her transition is insane. Keep in mind, this is just my opinion. If you like the show, if you don't like the show, whatever your opinion on it may be, that is your opinion, and I respect it. So episodes 8 and 9. Episode 8, the challenge is that the Apocalypse people, Apocalypse group, are these men that Calypso, that they basically look like demons, but apparently they're a human group who burned off their nerve endings to not feel pain, are coming in to kill them, and that's the round, is whoever survives throughout the night moves on to the next round. But we didn't really get a lot of action with that. We more got Axel's backstory, which I'm not unhappy that we got. I am glad that we got to learn a little bit about Axel's history before he got turned into the machine he did. And we, go through the fact that John and Quiet are fighting because they each made a wish, and some people are weighing in saying, like, it's not like he made a very selfish wish. He's wishing for his sister to come back. But of course, Raven's going to say that because she doesn't want the walls to come down. And Axel gets to a part where he, is getting scared of these people and feels like he can't fight and that he needs to guess to fight. And so Mike, Stu, and Dave do an intervention to get to the root of his trauma so he can fight without the gas, so he doesn't need that as a crutch, so he can believe in himself, And Sweet Tooth finds out he's sterile. And so basically, it's the rest of the gang versus like 7 evil people, and Frostbite gets killed by a treadmill. Actually pretty brutal. The death scenes in this are actually pretty nice. Good thing that we have a super crazy serial killer clown that could probably take all these people. Oh, he's not going to be used at all in the episode. Okay. I didn't like this episode, man. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. It's a filler episode is what it is. It's cool to find out Axel's backstory, and we'll get to that in episode 9 in a second, but even when Axel kills all of them we got the table saw scene with John and Mayhem teaming up. That was a cool death. So the deaths in this episode are cool, but and finding out Axel's backstory is cool, but like the rest of it, I just didn't care for, and I really am bummed out, dude. Like, I wish I could tell you differently. I wish I could tell you I'm loving this shit, but I'm just not, we're 8 episodes in. It took 5 episodes just to get to the competition, and I don't know, man. Like, this is exactly what I said would happen in my Twisted Metal 1 season review, is that I bet they're not going to have the budget to actually give us car combat, and it's going to be a lot of not fighting, and that's kind of what it is. Even this episode where they're being tracked down by these people, there's not a lot of fighting. It's mostly people giving their backstories and whatnot, or John and Quiet trying to resolve their fight, and Then Axel, you know, when he gets to the root of his trauma and he kills everybody, and even that scene couldn't be good. The fight choreography is nothing, and he just rips them to shreds. And then I wish I could say when he rips off the person's head that it looks good, but it doesn't. It looks like shit. And then Sweet Tooth comes in after everybody's killed. Of course, Sweet Tooth has not been utilized at all in this season, and that's frustrating. And John and Quiet make up, and they go out of their room, and there's a well. And end of episode 8. That, like, I feel like not a lot is happening, you know? And episode 9 is a little bit better, but again, just another filler episode. Like, filler episodes are fine, but we're on episodes 8 and 9, setting up the finale. Episode 9, Calypso's like, okay, you know, we've been doing nothing but fighting, let's enjoy living. And so they're basically all getting dressed up, and they're going to dance and have a night of partying, and, you know, Quiet thinks something is up, something's awry, that this is going to be a trap, and we know that it is. And basically, it's just an episode of them enjoying being alive, which is fine, but that's all the episode is, man. And we do get a cool, okay, Mayhem ends up being the baby that Axel was talking about saved, but I like that. The problem with that is now I know exactly what's going to happen. I bet you a year's salary, Axel is going to give his life to save Mayhem in the next episode. That's my problem with that. Stu ends up saying a shitty comment to Dave, and then he goes to apologize to Dave, and of course we find out that his serial killer-like kindness is, well, because he's still eating people, and the fight scene was okay. But the way Dave dies, I just can't help but laugh at. So, like, he lunges at Stu, and then he gets impaled through the eye with a coat hanger. But, like, the way that he jumps at Stu doesn't make any sense. He jumps at him, arms out, like this. You're fighting, and you're jumping at somebody like this. What's the plan? Like, imagine the coat hangers weren't there. What, like... And then for some reason, instead of Stu just going and telling Mike, hey, dude, he was eating people, he attacked me, you know, all the body parts are right there. He just tells him that he was forgiven. It ends up not mattering, but... And Mr. Grimm ends up getting with Vermin, and Sweet Tooth fucks with him. Sweet Tooth came in there right when he was about to climax and said, hey, I'm happy you won that bet, or something like that, to make Vermin think that it was a bet, and she gets mad. And then Mr. Grimm lights Harold on fire. The motherfucker. He lights Harold on fire. Right after we see Harold through Sweet Tooth's eyes, and the cameo's perfect. As Mr. Grimm is lighting the bag on fire, the room fills up with smoke. They all pass out. They all wake up in separate cars, including John and Quiet. They're not in their own car. Credits. That's the end of episode 9. So we're going to get a pissed off Sweet Tooth. Maybe 2 seconds of him next episode. Look, I'm trying not to be hard on this show, but, like, how can you not? We're getting the season finale next week, and I don't feel like anything has happened. Episodes 1 through 5, setting up the competition. Oh man, this competition's going to be huge. Episode 6, we get a little bit of the competition, you know, and the end of episode 5, a little bit of it, then back to hanging out. Episode 7, we get a little bit, we get another challenge, back to hanging out. Episode 8, I'm not going to call that a challenge. The episode was not fighting and running from these guys. The episode was filler. That's what episodes 8 and 9 are. And I feel like that's... clearly, I think it's very clear that they plan on having another season now. And while I'm not against that, I love that this is getting the attention that it's getting and that fans are liking it. And there's even talks for maybe another game coming out. Fucking awesome. But, dude, I loved season 1. I mean, I'm not going to give it like a 10 out of 10, but for what it was, for what it is, I thought season 1 was great. It ended up being great. This season, you know, I am going to go back and I'm going to watch it all in a row before I give it a final review after the finale, but I don't see my opinion changing much because not a lot has happened. I mean, my favorite character at this point is fucking Raven because, like, Sweet Tooth has barely been utilized at all, and each episode is just like, it's not that I need action to spark my tiny brain cells, dude. It's that we're supposed to be getting a Twisted Metal competition. You got all these guys after you, and we're in a room having an intervention. And then the other people are in a room talking about the fact that Quiet and John made a wish and dealing with that. Like, it's filler. Like, it could have been a really intense, badass episode, and it wasn't. You got all these guys after you, but the whole episode is full of talking and, you know, like I said, Axel giving his backstory with the intervention, Quiet trying to forgive John, John talking to Mayhem about it, and then all the people get taken down in one scene by Axel. It was, I don't know, man. Look, I'm not trying to hate on this show. I want to like it. I really, really do. And if you do, hell yeah. I am glad that you do. I am envious of the fact that you do, actually. But I'm just not digging it. The jokes aren't landing. Getting an episode, like we're at episodes 8 and 9, and they're just 2 filler episodes where nothing happens. Like, that's literally, I can sum it up in 30 seconds. Bad guys come in, it's a fucking us versus them challenge. Nothing ends up happening. We have people talking, and then bad guys get killed at the very end. Don't even get a drawn out scene of it. Episode 9, they dance on a dance floor, then they get past, then smoke enters and they pass out. Like, that's literally, like, what happens. That's all. I mean, yeah, I'm leaving out some, like, jokes and whatnot, but from a story standpoint, that's all that happens. And we're at episodes 8 and 9. I just couldn't be more bummed out by this season, man. And while it's clear that they're setting up a season 3, I think they should have went balls out, balls to the wall on season 2, and then Calypso twists the wish, which he may not even do. I mean, in a lot of stories in Black, he doesn't twist the wish. But twists the wish, and then season 3 deals with the aftermath of that and trying to take down Calypso. That's how I would have done it. But instead, I feel like nothing has happened this season. And the humor isn't quite there like it was in the first season. We barely have any Sweet Tooth. And I don't know. I'm not enjoying it. I wish I could say differently. That's my review of episodes 8 and 9. I am looking forward to the finale, and then I am going to rewatch it and binge the season to see if my mind changes on it, but I'm just being honest, and that's all I can be. If you like it, I tip my hat to you. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan. I definitely think season 1 is better. No matter how the finale ends, I think season 1 will be better. We'll see how it ends, I guess. And I love you guys. Thank you for watching. And this is not a knock on anybody that likes it. If you like it, dude, awesome for you. I'm glad at the end of the day that this is introducing a new generation to Twisted Metal. I'm happy about that, you know. So that's all that matters. I love you guys.